I'll be demonstrating a day at the lake. Oh. First off, as a warm-up, this is a
surfboard,
and right now we're just going to paddle on it, you know, as a quick warm-up. Then we're going to swim some laps, and then also we have a paddleboard. I'm going to use that. So, alright.
So can you swim?
Yeah.
Why do you have on a life jacket? Deep first. That's all you gotta do is say safety. Anytime that you're in open waters, it's always smart to wear a life jacket.
Yeah. Alright, I'm on the board.
No, Callie, stay here. Hey, I said stay. Get over here. Good girl. Don't you shake. Go on back in there. Go. Go. I know, he's fine. He got a life jacket on, girl. What if a fish jump up on you?
What?
Nothing.
As you can see. Going to do now, because I have my life vest on, I don't even need to swim really, because it keeps me up. I will then push this open, and I'll hop on like this, and I can resume to swim back. Calico, go back.
Callie, come on, girl. He's fine. He's coming. Every time he fall off the board, she can't help it but to go out there to help him. Look at her. She looking back to make sure he all right. She's a good girl. He's coming, girl. You're a good girl. Good girl. That's right. Our rescue dog.
Alrighty.
Okay, stop.
Huh?
Skip is an exercise.
Yeah, okay.
That's a cardio.
Alrighty, so I've come back and oh, puppy. Go.
Good girl. He's fine. She want to make sure you're okay. Right, girl? You want to make sure he's safe, huh?
Alrighty.
So Mijo, I need you to switch up so JoJo can do that part. Huh? All right.
Alrighty, so this is actually a mix. Being in the water in general is a mix between cardio and resistance exercising, because you have to have a lot of endurance to go out and back in, because it's tiring going against the water. because even though the water's a liquid, it still adds pressure to it, and that's also what makes it still resistance. Because while you're going through it, you're going to have to use your muscles a lot more to go through the water. So you're really pushing the water. So you're doing resistance and cardio at the same time. And after this, we're going to do some stretching. I'm about to go on the paddleboard. Just setting this up here, and whenever I have anything floating in the water, when you're not using it, take it up because you don't want it to end up floating out and have to go rescue it later. It's easier on your knees. Take it. Grab it.
Oh, you know what we don't have is more.
What?
I saw Marvin on one of those and it had one of those circle strap boards.
Callie, no. Go up in the middle, center yourself.
I'm gonna grab my phone and you can take pictures. Okay, so right here, I'm doing another voiceover because the wind and everything, and I was also very far out, so you couldn't hear me. So I'm going back to discuss what I was talking about, and right here I was discussing why this is considered resistance, because the water, you're pressing against the water with the paddle, so you're thrusting yourself forward. And that doesn't count as flexibility because you're not you're not stretching or flexing any muscles, and it's not cardio because it's more muscle movement, not like heart movement and things to get your heart pumping. So it'll be considered resistance because it's process of elimination, but also because you're actually having to. It's like going against weight. And right here, I was explaining about balance because on this board, you're not on something solid. You're on the water, so it's easy to lose your balance. So you have to keep a fine balance on there, and you're on your 2 feet, which means that you're not allowed to have a surface area on this board. So you don't have a lot of balance to start with at all. So you have to have power and balance on there, and you also have to control your power, and so that you don't go too far or you go and you actually go at all, because if you don't have put enough power into each paddle, then you don't move anywhere. But if you put too much power, you go places you don't want to go, or you have to overcorrect yourself again. And that's stuff that you just don't want to do. It's not like entirely bad, it's just stuff that like you want to avoid while being out in the water. And one thing that you want to make sure is that while you're doing this, you want to be careful. Like I started off on my knees, and that's why it's easier. But I had to stand up because that's how you're supposed to do it. But I got on my knees first when I first got on there for safety reasons. Because being out in any open source of water, being the ocean, lake, river, or even a giant pond, there's always, the water is very dangerous. And the surrounding areas are dangerous. So you always have to be precautious and do stuff just like that. You always have to be aware of your surroundings. And also, there's my dog, Callie. But as I was saying about resistance, is that you're pressing against the entire water to push your entire body weight with one stroke. So that takes a lot of power because you have to push your entire body weight against it. Well, it's easier than like running though. Not running, like doing other stuff, because the water, even though it does add resistance to it, it also helps guide. There's a lot less friction in between, so you're able to go a lot smoother. But you do have to put a lot of power in there because you don't move. You're heavy. Well, I'm heavy. As you could tell in the video, I'm kind of on the chunky side. But you have to push yourself against it, and you have to have balance. And the balance and power portion of that, on writing this, was in our skills unit. So that's the things that about the resistance in this.
Come here, God. Come here, Callie. She tried. She's safe. It's just training them. She's almost there. That was her first time.
Girl.
I think by the third time she'll be
It's
good.
a good girl. Alright. So, actually, I should have once so hot. Alright. This is where the editing magic is going to happen at, because I was supposed to stretch first. So, I'm going to stretch right now. Alrighty. Alright, so, right now, I'm about to do some stretches, you know, get ready. So my muscles don't get tired out. Alright. This is my cool down, so.
Go ahead. I got you.
Alright, so I'm cooling down right now, because you know, after, you know, doing all that stuff, swimming, that counts as my cardio on the board. You know, I was swimming out there, so that counts as cardio. And then the paddling, I was using my arms on that one. And so that was my resistance. And so right now for my cool down, sorry, there's wasps all over you. Right now for my cool down, I'm gonna do some stretches. So, main thing that I use my arms today, main muscle I use on my arms, so that's what we're gonna be really focusing on. Alright, so we're gonna reach out front, let's go pull back just a little bit. Do it for 10 seconds. Alright, stretch your arms back out and then switch. Alright, put our arms over. We're going to push down. Another 10 seconds. Come here, Callie girl. And then we're going to switch again. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright. Alright, so that's for our arms. And then since I was kicking on the paddleboard, I also want to stretch those out. So I'm going to bend over and I'm going to go as far as down to try to touch my toes. If you're flexible enough, you want to go down and actually touch your toes. But I'm not that flexible, so I'm going to go as far as I possibly can.
You don't have me in there, then,
Yep. No, I don't.
Alrighty, so next, what we're also going to do is what most people know as flamingos.
Stop walking back into it.
So we're just going to lift our one leg up and we're going to pull. And we're going to pull up as far as possible with this arm. Stretch that out. 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alrighty. And then we're going to also do the other leg. 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alrighty, and then some arm circles. Yeah, I'm not doing that. Alright, so, hope you enjoyed the video. That's what I was doing today. I'm at the lake with my family, doing some activities, I want to go back out and paddle some more, do some more, whatever.
Swimming,
And everything.
aquatic exercises.
Yes. And aquatic exercises are both count as cardio and resistance because the water pushes against you. But you also have to, use your heart and everything while you're swimming. It's just like running, but through water. But the water adds a resistance to it. So it's a 2-for-1 combo. So I really suggest, going out to your lake or to a pool and start doing stuff. Alrighty.